Hello guys and welcome back to my review and welcome to a showcase show off of why Brutal Doom is so successful. So, first thing first is what makes Brutal Doom so successful is, as the name suggests, brutal. So, why do people find amuse in brutal? Well, there's an entire reason for Doom to exist, right? Brutality. But since Doom doesn't really deliver perfectly on it, so Brutal Doom decided to add on it. You can't really jump that high. So, I'm not sure about you, but if you ever remember this part of the game, this is not the hellscape that was a thing. This wasn't here. This fiery depth, no, not this. There's no this. There's no castle here. It's just this red thing. So Brutal Doom upgraded a lot of things. That's the first part of why Brutal Doom is so successful. Second is the fact that they upgrade the guns. You cannot normally blast things out of your face like that. And I'm playing on Ultra Violence. You cannot normally do that. I know I have God mode on, but I'm just trying to show the slaughter. But the thing is, what Brutal Doom actually delivers is that things are not the way you expect them to be. They're always better or bigger. And they also add to the game like that. Originally, there's no Baron of Hell there. So, the second thing that makes Brutal Doom, the third thing that makes Brutal Doom so successful is the loadout. I know I'm just mainly using the double barrel because the double barrel is the best gun in the game. It hurts so good. Just like that, Kako go boom. But there are better guns. There are better guns in the arsenal of Doom. Let's see if I can. Yeah, and there's guns like this. And then there's guns like this that just upgrades everything and it's just overkill. It's just unfair. And then there's stuff like this. There's stuff that's just unfair. And then there's stuff like this. Yes, that's powerful. So yeah, the armory is great. I'm just going to showcase all of the armory real quick. Just gonna skip through this. Sorry if my keyboard's a little bit squeaky. That's it, he's nothing now, he's just a paste. And then incredible stuff like this, and then there's the BFG. There's this, which shreds. And then there's this other version of the BFG. Less efficient, okay. And there's this. Okay. Sorry, a bit of lag there. So, and then there's weapons like this, which is just unfair. And now they're crispy. Grenade. Okay, I'm going to go into the weapons later on, but now I'm going to show you how changing the levels in Doom change how the game works. So now I'm just going to go to this place. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this place or not, but it's different now. And now enemies that throw barrels at you, it's just so epic. So things like this is what changes people do. But here's the thing, changing isn't enough to make something successful, right? Changing isn't enough to make something successful. But what makes it successful? Difficulty. I have God mode on, so I cannot die, but if I don't have God mode on, I'm dead long before. The great implementation of weapons in the game is also what makes people do. This is also what makes people do. Okay. It's a bit laggy there. You need to see the outfire for this thing. Now with this rune strength thingy, I can just... I can do things like this. So this is also another thing that makes Doom, Brutal Doom, and why it's so good. The fatalities, the glory kill, the way we call it. It's beautiful. See? Now I have an eyeball. Oh no, Septica. So this is why Brutal Doom is Brutal Doom. It's brutal. It's in the name. Come on, man. Great, the game is great. And then if you glory kill them, you get ammo and armor. It's great, it's amazing. And these tiles, these walls don't used to look this good. It's so good. Now, I'm just going to cut to when I'm going to fight the final boss. Here we are, we're in the final level, and this is the final thing that makes Brutal Doom Brutal Doom. They buffed this thing. I'm not sure if you remember, but whatever that thing is, it's not that big. It wasn't even close to being that big. BFT. if you remember, but it wasn't that big. Right, it wasn't that big. It used to be like just that tall. Like when my flashlight is like that tall, it wasn't that big. So that's the final reason why Brutal Doom is Brutal Doom. It's big, it's gory, it changed a lot of things. So quick recap, why Brutal Doom is Brutal Doom, how Brutal Doom is good, is that because it's brutal, it delivers what people want, it changes things that used to be old, and it makes things that aren't really as, which looks very epic then, okay, I can't really speak, okay, many stuff at that time, at that point of time in like 1993 looks very epic, but then now in 2020 it just looks very trash. So Brutal Doom aims to fix that so that everything looks good. I'm going to re-show you and then the other thing that makes Brutal Doom is the tactical mod. I'm not sure if you know what tactical mod is, but I'm going to show you this for a bit. It's not required, but it's a big thing. Wait, no, not this one, not this. Sorry, wrong level. It's the tactical mod. If you don't know what tactical mod does, but when you run, you don't point your gun anymore. That's the recoil. You need to reload by yourself. There's no auto reload. And when you run, you can no longer shoot. Which isn't really Brutal Doom. This is not Doom. The recoil is just bad, which is why the game isn't really meant to do that. So tactical is not good. I'm not going to play this so far, but I'm just going to show you this small arena that I'm going to rush everyone in. And fighting against small demons like this stuff. Fighting against demons that doesn't really matter, like hacker demons, is now impossible. This is why the game sucks. You cannot shoot while running. It's so bad. I don't like this at all. You have a stamina. The recoil is bad. Everything about this is bad. So it's just for people that want more of a challenge. So the other thing about Brutal Doom is that if you don't like purists, if you don't like the guns that Brutal Doom has, you just want to go original, you can. You absolutely can. Seriously, nothing is stopping you from going original. I'm going to show you this real quick. It's still Brutal Doom, but the guns are the old guns. They don't pack the same punch, that's for sure. But it's the old gun. This might be slightly modified for the Brutal Doom part of things, but it's still Doom. This is the good old Doom. And this is the good old bazooka. This is the good old plasma rifle with the good old animations and sound and soundtrack and all. There's no hot fire. This is the old Doom, but with a hint of brutal in it. Just a small touch. And I'm not sure if you what's the BFG? This is the BFG. They didn't change the BFG at all, so they didn't so it's just the BFG looks better. So when it comes to purists, they only change what they need to change. Yes, now this is good. Let's make sure this one okay. They cannot jump that high either. Yeah, this is literally old school. So that is the purist. But here's the thing, there's the rifle start, there's the pistol start. I'm gonna show you what the pistol start is for a bit. I don't have part mode on this time because I want to play this fairly. It's just the easiest level in the game. So as you can clearly see, this is just the pistol start is that you start with a pistol. Hold on. That's what it does. It just gives you you just start with a pistol. Hold on. That's it. You just start with a pistol. That's literally everything that changes. The reload animation is a bit weird, but that'll be fine. I'm not playing this carefully either because it's just a showcase. So, like I said, the game is great and all, it's amazing, things are good, but if you're not careful, you can die. Like I said, this is Doom. What do you expect? And you can also play football with a hit. I'm pretty sure there's a video out there somewhere where someone plays football with a demon's head in Brutal Doom. He even create a map to play football on it with goalposts and everything. It's great. Check it out. So this is basically Brutal Doom. But that's all. But if you're wondering, there's one important part about Doom that I missed, and that is when you die, it's a death animation. This one the one that you just see might not be as brutal, but if you ever watch my other videos, you're going to know that that's way worse. Now, I'm going to show you what I meant by way worse. I'm not going to do anything. That's not the best that they can do for sure. Let's see. So I've got more online. I'll find a good demon to kill us and then we'll see what's going on. No, I was hoping to find a pinky demon. Okay, now. Yes, you see? He literally just ate half of me and then they just continue to bite my corpse. And now there's no longer a corpse to bite. So that's Doom, Brutal Doom, in its finest. So now, you've seen everything, but you haven't seen why. Oh, it's an easier version. So, you haven't seen why Brutal Doom is a thing, right? You haven't seen why Brutal Doom is so popular. You've seen what makes Brutal Doom good, but why is it popular? I'm not sure when this game came out at first. There's some saying 2012, some saying 2013, some saying 2014. Doesn't matter. What matters now is that when the game came out, it's like around that amount of time, and that time, oh god, the game came out in that amount of time, and in that amount of time, people are very fond of FPS game. FPS is just a new thing because FPS at the time, there's a lot of games about FPS at the time, but there's nothing really like this. There's nothing quite like Brutal Doom at the time. I'm saying at the time because when the game came out, it's such a big hit. It's such a big hit because everything else that came out is like not the quite of shooters that you would usually want to play. Like, I've played a lot of shooters from before this game, before Brutal Doom came out, just to check why people love this game so much. And then no wonder, because those games suck. I mean, some of them are good, but they're not quite like Brutal Doom. And that is 100% why Brutal Doom is great. And now if you don't mind, I'm just going to destroy this level since I already started. You know what, guys? The last thing that I want to say before I end the video is that no matter how great Brutal Doom is, it has its pros and it has its cons. When it comes to Brutal Doom, the entire point of Brutal Doom at first is so that you can run it on dumb computers that can barely run anything else. But now with the new Brutal Doom that just came out released, it's just... But now with the new Brutal Doom, I don't think it doesn't nail that very well. The cons of the new Brutal Doom is that it isn't what it used to be for. It's now for good computers. If you don't have a great computer, then you're out of luck. The entire reason Brutal Doom came out is because people want a good shooter on a dumb computer. And because people want a brutal shooter, and many people, at least at the time, don't have a good computer. Computers are expensive at the time. I mean, now computers are still expensive, like 10,000 for a gaming PC. What do you mean? But I'm not here to ramble about the prices of PCs. I'm here to ramble about Doom. What makes Brutal Doom no longer as good as how it used to be is that it requires a beefy computer to run. You don't have a beefy computer? Are you out of luck? If you don't have a beefy computer, you're out of luck. You're literally out of luck. You are so out of luck because you cannot run this. You cannot play this at all if you don't have a beefy computer. So what I'm saying is that if Brutal Doom make their games compatible for dumb computers, then it will be great. But now Brutal Doom is just too big and too powerful. So what I am trying to say here is that if Brutal Doom is more compatible with worse computers, it'd be better, because that's the entire point Brutal Doom came up exists in the first place. So if Brutal Doom does not exist, who's gonna replace the shooters? Sorry, that's not the thing I'm trying to ask. If Brutal Doom does not exist, sorry, that's not what I'm trying to say. if Brutal Doom exists in a world where people cannot, in a world, not in a world, if Brutal Doom can only be accessed with computers that are very powerful, that's what I'm trying to say, then it loses the charm of Doom, because that's the entire point of Doom. There's a lot of apps where you can download old shooters. Why would you like to download the old shooters when you can download the new one, right? Here's the thing. People don't want the new shooters because they don't have a beefy enough computer to handle those new shooters. That's why Brutal Doom comes in. But it already goes away from where it's supposed to be. And that's the entire purpose of Brutal Doom, which is why Brutal Doom isn't as good as how it used to be. And that is why Brutal Doom is now worse than how it used to be. But don't get me wrong, I do like the game, but I think it would be better if they put versions of Brutal Doom. Let's say the latest version 21. Let's say we just, oh god. Let's say if we just put two versions of version 21, the powerful version, just one, and the weak version for weaker computers, then it would be better for everyone everywhere that's playing the game. So people of all type of people with every single type of computer can enjoy the game equally. And there's no good computer versus bad computer. Because if I were to buy a good computer just to run Brutal Doom, might as well just play Doom Eternal or Doom Eternal or Doom 2016 rather than Brutal Doom, because my computers is beefy. Why should I use the older version of computers when I have a good version of? Why should I use Brutal Doom when I can play Doom on AAA graphics on Doom Eternal or Doom 2016? Which is why Brutal Doom should have a. If it don't go fully, it should be partially accessible using dumb old computers. That's all I'm trying to say. Just if Brutal Doom is accessible using weaker computers, it's a soul. I'm sold. Okay. The only complaint that I have here is that Doom isn't accessible with all devices, and that's the only complaint about Brutal Doom. If you don't count the fact that violence and all, because it's Brutal Doom, it's supposed to be violent. You problematic monstrosity. So that's all about showcase show off when it comes to Brutal Doom. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.